What's poppin', everybody? It's Michael Alder here from CarpetExpertBlueprint.com, and yes, we have to discuss something that's near and dear to my heart, and that's making money. Let's be real. The carpet and flooring industry has zero sex appeal to it whatsoever. So there's no point in going around bragging about how you do flooring other than the fact of all the money you could actually make in the flooring industry. So rather than just settling and plateauing or looking at all the other people in the industry and saying, well, they only make this and I make this much, so I'm doing better than the rest of them, you got to keep those numbers growing and excelling because I've said a million times, our body is on a timer, and when the time's up, our income is turned off unless we put our money into places that's going to keep growing for us. Now, for example, I did a job yesterday, a vinyl plank job. I shot a video on it, how we did the carpet removal, installed the planks, all that fun stuff. Here's the part that applies to this video. When we were done with the job, there was 2 boxes of vinyl planks left over. Another customer of mine, ongoing client, he does a lot of house flips, he hits me up, Mike, I got a bathroom I need done. It's empty, completely gutted. Just drop a floor in, knock it out. So I'm like, cool. I go over there, I measure it up. Less than 100 square feet, completely empty. We call that butt naked around here. And I hit him up. I said, it's going to be $500, roughly a 2-hour job for me. He says, all right, fine, knock it out. He doesn't care what I put in for the flooring. He just wants vinyl plank. It's got to look good and new so he can get his numbers when he does the final flip. So like I said, I had 2 boxes left over from job A. Material already paid for, profit already made. So this is bonus money, 48 square feet of vinyl planks. I have to buy 2 more boxes. I initially sold the job for $500, which makes me a profit, labor and all that fun stuff at about $250. But I had 2 free boxes technically because job A paid for those. So that takes my income up roughly another $100 right there. So what do you do with the $100? Most people go ahead and blow that. If I take this $100 of free money that I had, roll it into anything that's going to keep it growing for me. We've talked a lot about investing in stocks, things like that. Invest in yourself, get audio programs that'll teach you to be a better salesman, saleswoman, whoever's watching this. Whatever the case may be, put that extra 100 of free money into anything that's going to keep growing so you actually have that lifestyle that you're really after. I'm telling you, there is tons of money to be made in this industry, and at some point you do plateau, but it's way higher than what you think is possible. Another key point we need to go over here is get around people that are hitting some crazy numbers. I try to do this consistently in my life. I go to seminars, I fly across country just to network with people that are next level marketers, next level salesmen, and although we operate in different industries, I could get tips from them, find out what they're making, apply that to my businesses, and keep my income growing. And this is something you need to focus on within your business, and just network in general with other people in your industry. In the comment section, Gold Coast Flooring, sorry if I totally butchered that there, had commented that he had a job where he was making $13.50 a yard on it, and I don't know if that was labor only or not. Doesn't matter. If he sold a package and got that number, it was just, that's sick numbers right there in the flooring industry. Most people are going nuts over $5 a yard. So get around someone like that that's doing $13.50 a yard, and then I think he had commented he was doing between $5.50 and $6 a yard for restretch work. Both insane numbers. This is the type of people you want to network with because all it does is open up your mind and saying, well, wait a minute. If we're doing the same thing and you're pulling those numbers, why can't I pull those numbers? And then your just mindset shifts, and then you go ahead and scale up from there. So first things first, look at what you're selling already. If you have extra materials, try to sell the same materials consistently. That way you can take the leftovers. I'm not saying be a hoarder and have your garage full of random crap, but if you're selling the same vinyl planks to everybody, take the extras, set them to the side, and then in the flip houses and things like that, you can roll those into that, profit more, and if the die lots are off, it usually doesn't matter in these types of properties. Next, get around next level people. People that are profiting more than you, that are either in the same industry or are vertical alongside, sales, marketing, things that apply to all industries, and do whatever it takes to level up. And then finally, get creative. Without a doubt, one of my biggest gripes is people that complain about not having money and they're complaining from their couch, talking about they're not having any money. If you're watching this, you're most likely in the trades. You most likely have some sort of skill set that can be applied to the marketplace. I would say if you're totally broke, you need to go out and sell repair services. It's easy to sell. It's fast money, blah, blah, blah. The list goes on and on. But I actually did a full test that the brakes got pumped on halfway through. But stick with me here and I'll show you a video of it. I was like, I'm going to take straight garbage, build something out of it, and I'm going to sell it. Now, my youngest kid loves building stuff. She's all about it. So I was like, all right, we're going to take a pallet one sheet of Luan and these carpet scraps, and we're going to build a dog house or a cat house out of it. And then she could sell it, or I would sell it actually, but she would get the money from it and we would get some bonding time. It's a win-win-win across the board. So we broke this pallet down, built this crappy doghouse, covered it in carpet. So to the regular Joe on the street, it looks like this really cool doghouse, super basic, super easy, and I guarantee I could sell it for $30. The Briggs got pumped because she's like, nah, we're keeping this for our dogs. And I'm not going to tell her no, but the point being is get creative here. If you're really broke and you're really down and out on your luck and you feel like your back's against the wall, go in your garage, see what's in there, build something out of it, or just liquidate it to get, even if it's just $20, $30, that feeling of just having a little bit of money in your pocket. You should always have 500 plus in your pocket. And I'm not saying that as a douchebag statement, but it will change your mindset if you have at least $500 to $1,000 in your pocket at all times. Not for flash, anything other than just knowing, I got this, I'm good. If anything pops up, I'm here to pivot, maneuver. I could use this money as a tool and keep things growing. I'm kind of rambling here, but the point is there's a load of money in the industry. We're in a super hot economy right now. Take advantage, go all in, make as much as you can right now, stockpile it, invest it, and when the economy does crash, you will be in the proper position to dominate your marketplace through marketing, through other income streams you have set up, and all sorts of revenues like that. So if you have any questions about going on and on with this, building out your business, comment below. I'm going to create a follow-up video for you answering any questions. As always, I truly appreciate you tuning in, and let's build a doghouse together. So this is what I'm talking about, getting creative when you are sitting around saying, I have absolutely no money, but I need to start making a profit. Everybody has access to a pallet. Everybody has access to leftover job site material. So we have pallets, we have some sheets of Luan. Here's another picture of the pallet that we dismantled here. I got my cute little pink hammer, putting in work, tearing it apart there. And we're basically breaking this all the way down, and then we're just going to slop together a dog house out of this. So this is what I'm talking about. For me, it was just bonding and hanging out and having fun, and I wanted to prove the point that you could turn nothing into something and profit big with it when you have absolutely no money in your pocket. But it got vetoed and turned into, we're keeping this for our doggies. So that's the pallet all broken down, ready to rock. There's the two buffers that we got out of the pallet there. Now let's chop up some Luan here. So in true hillbilly fashion, I'm using pieces of the pallet for my straight edge. We're cutting it into simple squares, building out the walls, and using chunks of the pallet for the guts of the wall just to make it more stable and sturdy. Yeah, this is like literally hack session 101 here. So cutting out all the squares, we're going to glue everything together, go ahead and get them stapled together, build all the walls. Got my partner in crime helping me glue everything in. Just building out walls here, stapling them with a staple gun, and then letting it cure. And once we get enough of those together, we're going to go ahead and put the floor and ceiling and wrap it in carpet to make it look beautiful and really hide the ugly disaster that we made there. So once we get 4 of those together, almost at the finish line, we are going to go ahead and cut the floor, ceiling, and put it together. That's where we're going to go ahead and make the doorway there. If you can see how we slapped that together. Now that's actually Cove-based adhesive. Now that's what I'm talking about, just grabbing scraps. Scrap carpet there, we're wrapping it in that and stapling it in place. Nailing all the walls together, or actually the roof of it together, and we're going to wrap that in carpet. That's me cutting out the hole. Got these videos a little backwards, but check this out. Bam. This is the crappiest little doghouse ever, but you could totally sell that for $30.